welcome back to another episode of our Google Forms series here in Tectorial. For this video, we'll be discussing ways in which you can customize your own Google Forms. Let's get started, shall we? In last week's video, we talked about how to add questions to your forms. But how does one edit them? The Add Image icon here allows you to insert an image from your computer or Google Drive to a question. By clicking on this duplicate icon, you can duplicate a question, and if you want to delete it, simply select this trash bin icon. Dragging the 6-dot button on the top of a question also lets you rearrange and move it to a different place. There's also a required slider, which when slided, ensures that the respondents will answer this question before submitting the form. If you're wondering what the button on the right represent, they're there for adding other types of media to your form. The first one allows you to add another question. Selecting the second one lets you import questions from other forms in your Google Drive. When trying to find a form to import from, you can search them from the search button here or change the view to grid or list to make it easier to look for them. Going to the previously selected Forms section enables you to find forms you've imported in the past. Then, you can choose the question from the form you want to add by ticking the checkboxes and clicking on the Import Questions button. Or, if you want to import all the questions from the form, tick the Select All checkbox. Clicking on the Text button lets you add another title and description to your form. You can also add an image from your computer or Google Drive to the forms. Take note though that this is not inside a question, but rather it is on its own. When you select the image icon and import an image, you can also add an image title, a hover text, change its alignment, duplicate, or delete the image. Adding a video for better visualization or more explanation is also possible in Google Forms. You can do this by selecting the video icon and searching the video up in YouTube or inserting a YouTube link. Click the select button and tada! There's a video in your Google Forms now. Lastly, we have the section button, which divides the form to sections for different categories and can be used to control where the respondents go. From the drop-down beside section, you can choose whether the respondents continue to the next section, go to a specific section, or force submit the form. You can make your respondents go to a specific section based on their answer. From the 3-dot button icon of a question, and choose the section from the drop-down here. Take note that if you choose Submit Form but have an option for Go to Section based on answer, it will not force submit the form if the respondent selects that particular answer. If every Google Forms had the same purple theme, it would be boring, right? Well, you can change your theme to blue, red, and many other colors by selecting the paint icon on the top right. Here, you can choose the preferred color of your choice for the theme and background of the form. There's even an option that lets you change the font style from this drop-down. You can also add a header image by clicking this button and selecting an image from the preset images or your own computer. Before publishing a Google form, we first obviously need to know how it looks like in the eyes of the respondents. We can check this by selecting the Eye Preview icon on the top right, which brings you to a new tab where you become a respondent. Although your answers won't be saved, this feature is an excellent way to find any errors you might have missed when making the form. Thanks for watching! We hope you've gained something new about customizing your own Google Forms. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and of course, turn on the notification bell to get notified whenever we upload. See you next time!